see the rest of my land, but this way is just god-awful.
It still is still not a big fan of this show. Oh, by the way, we're at the Mason County Airport. And we got the fairgrounds over here. So, a lot of times we like to have a little fun with the contestants. Like in the beginning of this video, hopefully I was able to add it a little cubby like I added on the last one. I tried to do it on the beginning this time. I'm not an editing genius, so hopefully it made it in. But there's some unknowns about the show. So it's hard to really criticize them with this season anyways. First, I find it very difficult. Like, I'm like Dub. I live in Michigan. Actually, there was a couple that were on that's actually from the Reed City area, about 45 minutes away from me. And I think the guy that won season 2 was from the Grand Rapids area. But anyways, if I was going to spend my weekends doing survival, I'm doing it in the woods of Michigan. I'm not flying down to Laredo, Texas to get in some work in the desert. I'm going to go into the national forest probably, and I'm going to do it. So I'm going to have very little, if any, experience with the desert. Now, if I'm a bit of a community type survival guy, I'm maybe going to some workshops, I'm talking to people that do it, and you may come in contact with someone like that Cody Lundeen, who's a desert bro. I mean, I would have, if I was going to go on the show, I'm in the desert, I'm going to pay Cody Lundeen, I'm going to go down to Cody Lundeen. I don't know. I'm going to spend a little bit of money getting the advice and wisdom from Cody Lundeen. To me, he's the first guy that comes to my mind about desert survival. I don't believe all these contestants show up like at an airport, like here at Mason County. They all come in here, and then a big plane lands, and the producers get off and go, well, welcome to Alone, everybody. Today, or this season, we're going to Africa. Climb on aboard. I think they have a heads up. I think there's a little prep time at home. I think they, like the homesickness thing, they spend a week or two at some sort of base camp. I can't believe the survival experts did not teach them. The only thing that seems to be abundant out there is that prickly cactus. And if you can eat it safely without puking your guts out or puking blood, I would think you would know how to do that. Either you're going to talk to somebody that's actually done survival stuff in the deserts that's going to tell you, oh man, that prickly cactus kind of tastes like crap, but it's out there, it's available, and this is how you need to cook it. Or the experts on the show at Alone have told them how to prepare it. I cannot believe that a very abundant food source out there that so far 2 out of 2 have no idea how to cook it. I can't believe it. I just cannot, for the life of me, believe that. The next thing is Pablo. So what, we've had four go in about 4 days. 2 medical tap outs, 1 because of depression. And I have to really, the depression one, if I'm like, I don't know how the hierarchy of television goes, but if I'm the one that's in charge of Alone, I'm going to have a really freaking serious talk with these people about just exactly who they're putting on this show and what type of physical and mental exams we're putting these people through. Because I sure the hell don't want to put somebody with depression out there like that. And if they held it from me, I'm not sure what I would really do about that. Maybe more testing, or maybe stop the show altogether. I'm not going to put people out there with mental health issues and watch them disintegrate. How bad his depression was, I don't know. It could have been just homesick tap out. But that one needs further investigation from a liability standpoint. So then we get to Pablo. Pablo decided after day 4 that the money's good, but this is just too tough. So we have the orphan factor. I think what we're going to do, if I can remember it, I think we're going to have to add another element into the predicting the winner of Alone, and that's going to be drop shock factor. Because whether this is a real thing, I don't know. But they always talk about drop shock. And let's just say for a minute, it's true. There is such a thing as drop shock, where they're basically taken by the helicopter, they land, they kick their butt out of the helicopter, they throw their gear down, and they say, see you later. And then at that moment, they realize they're alone. They're all alone. They got no one but themselves. And if that's true, you need to add another element to drop shock, and that is, are they familiar at all with this environment? Because if you add the normal drop shock and then you add on the, not only am I alone, I'm in an environment that I've never ever been in my entire life, people are going to shut down. I mean, you're going to shut down. And maybe you need to add a couple extra days to the drop shock factor. It may be day 4, day 5 before you actually start moving in the right direction. And if you can't make it to day 5, then you're just not going to make it. So I want to say Pablo is probably the second weakest tap out that I have seen. Of course, the first one is the dude that was telling everyone, telling his family they're going to need an ambulance for the bear. He was the weakest tap out. This appears to be the second weakest tap out on Alone. And I'm just, I'm going to go easy on him. I'm going to go easy on him, and I'm going to say it was extended drop shock factor that caused his tap out. I'm going to go easy on him. I don't like going easy on these contestants. I really don't. But this season is not a season. This is a snooze fest. And so far. And taking people that are survivalists, that have been in certain areas and doing survival all their lives, and dropping them into an unfamiliar type environment. They know the resumes of these people. They know none of them have spent time in the desert. You know, the one I still say, I can't think what his name is, but building the water thing out of the tree, has really the only one that has so far has shown any type of adaptive primitive skills. I'm not sure this is a fair season. I don't know. So far, I'm not impressed with this season. It's almost like we had to do a show. Let's get it done and over with in 2 weeks, so we have a couple extra weeks off for the family. This is almost like a production tap out. Yeah, we just spending too much time away from the family, get a little homesick. Let's stick them in Africa in the desert. Wrap this thing up in 2 weeks so we can get home because we miss our families. So far, this has been a production tap out. So with that, this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.